Since this is gonna be a long day, Luis is fixing his coffee. We're gonna need plenty of that, right, Luis?
Yeah, always.
So here's what's gonna happen in this video. The first project is gonna be 3 different magnets for one business. After those, we'll make 2 more for a different business. And after we get done with all of those magnets, we're gonna make or heat press some hoodies. And then after that, we gotta make a few stickers that Luis sold online. So let's start with the first one. I'm gonna align the vinyl. It won't be that long, honestly. The first layer, it's probably gonna measure about 30, 36, but I still gotta make sure that we align it. And it worked out great the first time, so I'm getting really good at it. All right, I just started cutting the first layer, our first color. Since we use this machine a lot, sometimes we gotta keep readjusting the cut force and the settings for our Graphic CE 6060, which is the cutter we are using today. We have speed at 32 and offset 0, cut force at 12. Our vinyl is the Oracle 651 vinyl. For our t-shirts, we're gonna use the HTV vinyl, the Caesar Easy Weed. I also wanna mention the coloring guides. We've talked about this before. And on the left, I have the one for Caesar vinyl. And on my right-hand side, I have the one for decal vinyl. The reason you wanna get these coloring guides is because you wanna see before you place an order, you gotta make sure that you get the right colors. I mean, if you go online to the website, you will see they display the colors, but once you get the vinyl, it turns out to be a slightly different color. But if you get the coloring guide, you will avoid that. You will know exactly what you're gonna get. And some coloring guides, not all of them, depending where you get it from, some of them will have the instructions, what type of garment you can apply it on. I'm talking about the HTV and all the information, like different temperatures, pressures, and the same with our Oracle 651 vinyl. It has all the different instructions for different vinyls. I think it's hiding somewhere in here. But they also have like different kinds of vinyls, like the 651, 751, which is the high cast vinyl, which is better for different surfaces like rivets and all that stuff. And we're gonna have some links in the description of the video where you can get these coloring guides, as well as all the tools, the equipment, and all the good stuff that you can get through the links in the description of the video. We appreciate all the support. Make sure you also give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Now I'm about to get ready for the next color, and pretty much we're gonna repeat the same steps. We gotta cut each different colors for the next project. I mean, I don't wanna make this video longer than it should. Since this is going to be a video about different projects, I'm gonna try to make it not too long. All right, guys, I'm gonna start winning out our navy color. I gotta get rid of this little thing. Since we added our weeding boxes, I think we got this asked before why there is a little like a thin layer or a small outline, and the reason is because we added some weeding boxes, and I forgot that we have some little square here that we could probably save. I mean, for some people that hate seeing us wasting material, we're gonna do it just for them. I'm just kidding. No, I think it's a good size. I think we can save it easily. And we have different sizes. I think I mentioned it in the intro. This section is for the small one, the smaller magnet. And I added this weeding box here. And that's what you saw previously. I was getting rid of that weeding box. And in case you're not familiar with weeding boxes, they're pretty much just rectangles that we add within either the software, or you can do it with using, I mean, it depends on which vinyl cutter you have, but you can do that if you have the CM3, the Cutting Master 3 for the Graphic CE 6060. And this is the whole reason we add those weeding boxes. As you see, I'm doing it by sections instead of doing it all one piece. It makes it so easy when you do it like this. I gotta be really careful with our registration marks. This is the first one, and they're kind of small since our magnet is going to be a very small size. And the reason we are doing it like this is because we do not have a printer, cutter, That's another of the questions that we get often. How come we don't print directly to our magnets? All right, guys, we just finished weeding out, and I'm gonna save this little section for the sake of some people. Now, I mean, we can use it. We can easily make a small, decent size sticker using this section here. Yep, so I'm gonna go ahead and save it for later. All right, guys, now we're cutting purple color. I gotta be honest with you guys, aligning smaller vinyls for some reason, it's a little bit harder. And I don't even know why I'm saying it, but it's just a fact. All right, we just finished cutting every single vinyl for, at least for the magnets. We still gotta weed out these right here, but we just finished with this right here. And in the meantime, I'm going to start cutting the Scissor Easy Weed vinyl, which is the HTV vinyl for our hoodies that we're gonna be heat pressing. I'm gonna just let the vinyl cutter do its work while I start weeding out this section here. If you guys hear noises, is the vinyl cutter in the background cutting our HTV vinyl, but we can start working on this. I'm gonna move it this way so you guys can appreciate the process and also appreciate the weeding boxes. I know we talk so much about the weeding boxes because they make a huge difference. I think I'm obsessed with them weeding boxes. No, I'm just kidding. It's just part of the process. All right, now I'm going to weed out this section here using, of course, our weeding boxes. How did you know that? The next step will be to apply our transfer, and we're going to use our tape Clear Choice AT75.1. We're going to use a small one. Unfortunately, we're going to have to waste a little bit because this is the smallest we have. And if you guys do not have any hands, you can always get tape application rollers, which we've used in the past, and we're not going to do that. I was going to say, if you don't have any hands, you can always use some hooks like a pirate. Yeah, that'll make it hard to work with. But yeah, we're not gonna use. See, Luis got me off track. You know, his joke got me off track. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, since we do not, I mean, we have to get moving because we got several projects to work on. That's the reason we're just gonna do it like this, and we got plenty of hands. But yeah, it's always nice that you can get those nice tools, and we got plenty of room here, like probably 2 inches from this side here. Now we have to cut our magnets, and we have our huge roll. Just wanted to show you how we just bought it not too long ago, I think last week. It's 50 yard. No, not 50 yard. I think it's 50 feet. I think something like that. I'm gonna make sure
it's a big one.
It is. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I leave the information in right here under the screen, so you guys know the thickness of this and all the information that you guys need. And the first ones, we have to make them 14 by 24. And of course, we're just using our regular blade. You don't need anything fancy. Sometimes you just gotta do it twice, and I'm gonna do it twice just in case. I just replace the blade, but I mean, it wears out really fast. This is the first one we're gonna make. We have 3 different colors, mainly 2 colors. Just this little section here, which is the silver color. And yeah, we're gonna start with the black color, and then after that we'll apply our purple using our registration marks. So let's get started with this process. We already measured our decal. We took the measurements using our measuring tape. Obviously it's well centered. I use little pieces of tape to hold the decal before I apply it. I'm going to do a dry application, and I'm going to start with the center to the side, to my left side. I have to get rid of the backing paper. Remember, the only thing that's got to stay on our surface is the vinyl, which is the black one, obviously. After that, we have to get rid of our transfer tape. And I'm going to use our cutting knife, really handy tool that you can get in the description of the video. It doesn't leave any residue, and it's great, especially if you are working on a very expensive vehicle. You don't want to damage the surface. It prevents it from scratching the surface. And I'm going to start like this. This is one of the products that we sell a lot. So we are so used to making a lot of car magnets. Great product. It's perfect for the people that are doing a part-time. They're starting their business part-time. And that's how, I think that's one of the selling points for us. We always tell them that if they're looking for something that is not permanent, something that they can put to the side in case they need to work somewhere else, you know, it's a great way to sell the magnets. And now I can get rid of this backing paper since our decal is already on our surface. I'm going to remove it carefully, and I'm going to do the same process, dry application. I'm trying to avoid bubbles, but sometimes you will get a few, which shouldn't be a big deal. I could have done a wet application, but it takes a little bit longer when you do that, when you apply the rapid tag. And I'm going to remove the transfer, which is the high tag, actually. High tag, we haven't had any problems with this transfer. A lot of people complain about leaving a lot of adhesive on the surface, which we haven't really experienced that, honestly. I don't know why, but okay, we got done with the first section. I could easily do a dry application, use the registration marks, but the reason I'm going to do a wet application is to show you this is a way to avoid bubbles. And I'm going to get rid of backing paper completely. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge when you do it like this, since this is a medium-sized decal. Sometimes it gives you a hard time aligning it, but we'll give it a try. And we'll show you. I'm going to start with one side first. I forgot that the colors are very similar. They're dark colors. All right, I think we got our purple color. It took me a few seconds to align it. That's why sometimes it's better if you do a wet application, a dry application. It depends on how big the decal is. All right, I'm going to start removing this transfer, and if I need to wait a little bit longer, I'll do it. You know, I don't want to risk it. I'm going to see, sometimes the edges want to come off, but it's usually just the beginning of the sticker. I'm going to press down. If you see part of it or most of it comes off, you shouldn't keep trying. You should just let it sit there for a little bit and wait till it dries. All right, we just finished with the purple section. Now I'm going to apply this one here. I'm just going to apply a little bit of rapid tag, not too much, and reposition it. There should be a little gap in between, not too big. All right, and I think I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit, even though I didn't really use that much. In the meantime, I can start removing the registration marks. Again, we do not have to scratch the surface. You gotta barely touch it. First, the purple. Now this is the one that's on our magnet, and see, I only lifted the edge of it, and perfect. Now it's time to start working on our next project, and we're going to repeat every single step. We're going to do dry application for the first layer. By the way, let us know how you guys feel about longer videos, if you guys like this type of videos, so we can keep making more. And also remember to give us a like and subscribe. And the next layer, we're going to do a wet application using our registration marks, and that easy. All right, guys, we just finished with all the magnets. The next step will be to round our corners. Unfortunately, our machine is not the best or the proper size, but it does the job. You know, we just don't want to deliver them with our square edges. We just got to make sure that they are rounded, and it prevents the magnet from coming off or falling off as they are driving down the freeway. We also had to make a few car stickers that we sold online, and you should consider doing that too. Now it's time to start heat pressing our hoodies, and we have all of our logos here. And before we do the heat pressing, let me show you the type of heat press. We have the Stahl's Hottronics heat press, and it is the 20 by 16, and this is the model here. And temperature, first of all, the pressure has to be medium to hard pressure, and we're gonna do 314 degrees, 14 seconds. So this is the type of material. The shell is made out of polyester. We know it's going to work out perfectly. And yeah, we have to pre-press our hoodie or our jacket, and we have our pillow to make sure that our pressure is completely firm. Also, we have a Teflon cover, and if you cannot get one, you can just use a Teflon sheet. That's what we used to use before. But yeah, you can get them in the description of the video. I'm gonna do just a few seconds pre-press. I just wanna get rid of all the wrinkles and moisture, okay? And I think right now our pressure is, it's 9 right now. So I'm gonna have to lower it a little bit. Actually, you do it from here, I forgot. Yep, this is how you adjust it. Yep, that's what I need. All right, now I can apply the first logo or the logo in the front, and I'm going to basically do the same to the back. I'm going to pre-press it. In the end, I decided to stick the pillow in between our jacket because the zipper, the logo, it's about 9.5 from the shoulder and the neck. It's about 9.5, and I just try to put it in the center. It's not too close to the pocket. I think it's just perfect there, and I'm gonna give it the full cycle, the 14 seconds. Remember, at the temperature has to be in between 305 to 310, at least this kind of vinyl, the Caesar Easy Weed, okay? Now I'm gonna remove this transfer, and yep. Now I gotta repeat the same steps for the back. I'm just gonna turn it. And the measurement for the one on the back, I did about 4.5, and then obviously try to center it. And I'm being careful with this kind of garment. I know these are a little bit expensive, and I don't want to risk it. That's why I'm just taking my time, but I think we got it there. Now I'm gonna do the full cycle, and I'll show you once we remove the transfer, just so you guys get an idea of the measurements, if they are either too high or too low, but it should be fine. I'm gonna be careful right now removing it. Perfect. Now it's time to try it on. Hopefully it'll fit me. The size is not the best fitting for me. I like to think that I lost weight, but this is an extra large. I just want to make myself feel good, you know. But yeah, so basically the measurement you saw previously. Now I'm going to turn And so you get an idea for the back. And if you think about it, they may use a hoodie because the weather here in Indiana can be bad, get really bad, and they may end up using a hoodie. That's why we don't want it to be too high. We just want it to be about, you know, in the middle, but I think it's perfect. So I'm just gonna keep working and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, guys, we finally got done with the whole project. It got a little darker outside because we got busy. You know, we took a little break in between the magnets and the heat pressing the hoodies. But let's just show you around all the products. And we have our jackets and hoodies. And we got a couple hoodies down here. That's why I kept saying hoodies. But yeah, we have a few. And this is the end result. And now let's go here, show you the magnets, all the 5 different sizes. Actually, 3 different sizes. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and also get your materials through the links in the description of the video, and also get your equipment. We will really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and see you guys until the next video.